Ooh! You know, I really do like the Ezreal meta. I like a champion that can clear red buffs so quickly that he can get to my lane before I can get to my lane.
You're welcome.
Hey YouTube army, it is Monday and you know what that means. It is time for another popular player review. And today we're going to talk about the one and only, the most renowned player in the world, the best player that have ever been on the Rift. The one and only super top, Hashinshin. And before we get into that, I just want to remind you guys that if you guys want to choose who I'm going to talk about next week in the popular player review, all you have to do is leave a comment below. Tell me why I should choose whoever you're writing down in the comments. And also, remember to smash the subscribe button and follow my Twitch stream. But now let's get into business. So this is Hashinshin, buff BC melee, buff because melee. And we're gonna follow his Aatrox versus an Illaoi player. One thing you have to remember about Hashinshin is, if you kill him, he's gonna think that he killed you, he's gonna fight you even harder next time. Because he thinks he's stronger than you no matter what, because he is just that confident. He knows how strong he is, he knows he's the best in the whole world. He is the one and only super top, nothing can beat him. You see he's already going aggressive with the first hit. What I would say Hashinshin should be doing in this case is actually stay aggressive. He is playing Aatrox. Aatrox is a strong champion, Illaoi is pretty weak early game. So being aggressive. One thing to note is that we know Nilly started bot side because Illaoi didn't pull. Aatrox didn't pull, so that they know that Kha'Zix started bot side as well. I'll be following Hashinshin's view because I think that's a bit more fair. Now let's see what he does. He's pushing slowly, he's got level 2, both of them are level 2, so you can't really jump him because he's not gonna have the level advantage, there's no need. Does jump anyways, doesn't give a fuck, fights him. I think it's fine, it's a decent trade, it's not great, it's just fine. He's winning that trade obviously, the only problem is he's actually pushing and he took a lot of damage as well. Which means Hashinshin will be getting ganked soon, he knows that, and he's still pushing with very low health. Hashinshin could have been ganked right now. This is a very normal jungle timing to gank. As you can see, the red buff is obviously gone. Nilly is doing these ones, most likely, or she's doing one more camp. We don't know which one, we can check. She's actually up here. She could have been doing another camp. If she had been really fast, she would actually already be top. The normal jungle gank timing, if you didn't know, is 3 and 37. Which means he's already 4 seconds late for the gank. Maybe she already was here, I don't know what happened exactly. But there's definitely kill potential here, and I think if Nilly had went top, she would actually have killed Aatrox right here. Look, let's go back a second and see what actually happened here. So she's doing a red buff, she's walking top, it should be 337. See, 337 if she runs instantly, she would be here around 337. And Hashinshin would definitely go down to this. He would not be able to survive that. The only thing Nilly needs to do is flash the Q, and bada bim bada boom, Hashinshin is dead. That's actually poor play by Nilly. But anyways, let's go back to the vision. So saying earlier, Hashinshin's playing a bit over aggressive, and due to that, he actually puts himself in a scary position. However, the Kha'Zix and Nilly meets each other, Nilly misplayed. They both go equally low. It's a pretty even fight in the jungle. So Hashinshin knows now, well, Nilly's pretty low, she could still gank top, but she's pretty low, and I'm healthy at this point because I'm Aatrox and I healed up. So I'm gonna be a pretty good situation here. All he needs to do is keep pushing, hit the E's. Kind of sad he missed that one. I'm not going to go too much into the mechanic right now after that, because I didn't see it properly, but yeah, that sucks. However, as long as he stays healthy, doesn't fight the Illaoi because there's no need to fight him, farms with his E, which is good, he did exactly what he's supposed to do there. Dodges the Q, that was really nice, but don't go fight him, you don't need to. Good, you're not fighting him, that's nice, you're actually hitting him a bit. You're a little bit crazy here, and this is what you end up happening if you fight them, but all he needs to do now is just run. And you will be fine. However, this is the super top, and super top does not run from anything. He just goes straight in on the Nilly and fights them 1 versus 2. This is something you generally do not do anymore in this meta, because fighting 1v2 is absolutely terrible, and the chance of it failing is way too high. So you can see his passive have been ruined already. Nilly's going in. Nilly actually ends up dying, but it's a 1-for-1, and 1-for-1 isn't necessarily worth it. However, I do think that they could have survived if Nilly had played it slightly better, right? And if the Illaoi had played it better, let's go back. Let's see what happened. Illaoi doesn't have flash, Nilly does. Why is Nilly so far away? Nilly doesn't have to be that far away. She could have been much closer already and been ready to fight. And also she jumped in instantly, where she can just auto attack because Aatrox can actually reach her. Imagine Nilly just stands in the proper range, as I can show you guys in a second here. This is a massive failure. All she needs to do is stand right here, go normal form. He tries to jump her, flash, bam, dead. To stand here and auto attack, auto attack, auto attack. he can't do anything. The only thing he can do is run away. Illaoi won't die. Illaoi's not gonna get one-shotted. Especially not with nearly auto-attacking all the time. Kinda lucky that Illaoi gets knocked up. He shouldn't have been knocked up there, but even then, Aatrox should have been one-shot already. He should already be dead at this point. It's a massive misplay from Nidalee, massive misplay from Aatrox in my opinion. All of them misplayed in this situation, and it goes 1 for 1, which isn't terribly bad for anyone. And if you look at the goal, it's an advantage for the enemy team, and Aatrox is actually falling behind. But Hashinshin did manage to waste a lot of the jungler's time top, and because of that, I would actually say he won out. Also, as you can see, he's currently gaining CS, which would probably put him in a pretty decent situation right now. The problem is, Illaoi does have a red buff. Red buff is scary, you don't want to fight against the red buff. Let's see what Hashinshin decides to do. One thing to note, this is Hashinshin we're talking about. It is the one and only super top, so even though he just died, he doesn't give a fuck. He's probably gonna fight Illaoi anyways. I watched a lot of Hashinshin stream, because I like watching Hashinshin. He's hilarious to watch. And I would honestly suggest all of you guys to go check out his stream, because it's super fun and it's a good time. Let's be honest for a second, it's a really good time to watch his stream. Now let's get back to the game. As you can see, he doesn't give a fuck. He's a level down, the enemy have a red buff, and he's still fucking fighting. Normally this is a massive mistake, you will see nobody else doing it, and actually it almost works, but it does end up dying. And this is what happens when the super top goes in, you know. He does try to make plays even when it's impossible. He tries to make the impossible possible. Sadly, it wasn't possible, and he ended up dying. He's currently almost 2 levels down. I think actually he's not even that far behind, which is crazy. He's really far behind, let's be honest, but I thought he'd be 2 levels down already. He's not. He's only a full level down. 1 level. Alright. Let's see what happens. How does Hashinshin come back into this? Because one thing to note, he still had the stronger champion 1v1. The problem, however, is the last fight he didn't knock up the Illaoi, and also now Illaoi is going to be 6-2, so if he wants to beat Illaoi, he needs to jump in instantly and get the fight while Illaoi is still 5. In that case, he could probably still pull it off and win. Let's look at the items. The items is Caulfield's Warhammer. That's a lot of damage, but still squishy. You could have jumped him instantly, but now he's 6. Now you have to be careful. See what Hashinshin does. He is playing kind of careful. He's actually going in, even with bomb playing up. Never mind, he backs off a little bit. He probably saw the bomb planning. I would have done the exact same thing. He keeps just farming. I like this. That's a good, safe play from Hashinshin. Something you don't usually see. It's very nice to see from him. Alright, what does he do? He's choking down the Illaoi slowly with his E's. Illaoi's getting low. All he needs to do right now is just farm, honestly. He can do this. Oh, he just does the E. He can actually go on the Illaoi right now and do a bunch of damage. He also does go in. He does it the Q, and he does a ton of damage on him. Keeps the healing on his W. I'm not sure about that. Maybe if I played Aatrox myself, I'd probably use the damage dealer, but let's be honest. Hashinshin does play a bit more Aatrox than I do, so maybe it's a smarter call. And also he's in the losing situation, so maybe he doesn't actually dare to do the damage. That's bad. He didn't dodge the W or Q, sorry. He should have done that. I think you have to dodge most of Illaoi's Q so you're gonna get fucked, but Hashinshin does have a lot of healing because he's Aatrox. He should be fine to just farm. Keep spamming E's on Illaoi. Please don't use him to farm. I want to see you damage Illaoi because he's already losing health every single time. How's her potions looking? She does not have... Oh, she have 1 potion left only? Is that accurate? I think so. He's level 7 or 6. He goes in. This is a crazy fight. What is he doing? What is this? He engages in the fight. So first of all, what triggers the fight? I want to see what triggers it. So nothing triggers the fight. He's just feeling like I'm gonna go. Or maybe it's his bar. He got his bar up quite high. He does the Q, which is nice. He uses his ultimate. He doesn't even use his own Q, which he should have definitely used if he wanted to fight this. But there's just no potential to win this fight. He goes ham. He goes insanely ham, and he dies sadly. Kha'Zix comes in though and saves the day and gets a re-kill. I don't think this was worth it. The trigger wasn't there. He's fighting in minions against a guy who's a level up and have more items than him. It doesn't make any sense. Just keep playing that one safe for now. Let's see what he does now. He walks back to the lane. Here he comes. Let's go, Mr. Hashinshin. Let's see what he got. Right now, I would suggest him to play careful. He should have played careful before as well. If he gets a kill on Illaoi, however, he does make up for all the deaths he got because of the snowball. Riot have implemented a lot of anti-snowball, which means if you're behind and you kill someone who's ahead of you, you get a lot more than they did for the kills they got. So if he kills Illaoi, he's probably going to be even or ahead of Illaoi, so that wouldn't be terrible, right? If he can manage to do it. He dodges the E, that is very nice. Personally, I played safe, but let's see what Hashinshin does. Is he gonna take the massive risk? I would say winning this fight is like a 10% chance of winning the fight 1v1. It is possible, but it's like a 10% chance. He goes ham, he goes in, he goes all in, he smashes. He does a lot of damage. He even missed his Q and he just instantly dies. That did not look very nice. What triggered the fight here? Let's go back and see what decided the fight. He missed his E. He got his passive running. That's why he wants to fight. He got his passive running, so he goes all in. He misses his Q, which is a bit unlucky. If he hit that Q, he might have had a chance, but I'm not sure he could have won it even with it hitting. Illaoi is still half health. That was not the best fight, Hashinshin. You should not have done that, my friend. I'll see. He TP's back up. Oh, wait. I need to see this. He TP's back up. Illaoi is having zero respect here. Why does Illaoi stay around? This makes no sense. Alright. So, chat. YouTube army. There's one thing I want to explain to you guys. It's very simple. You need to read the opponent and you need to calculate risk and reward. So, here's a risk. Hashinshin is TPing in. Illaoi? What can Illaoi gain here? So, Illaoi is not fit to battle Hashinshin because look at the gold. 900 gold in the inventory. Hashinshin used all his gold. There's no point to fight. He got a 1000 gold advantage, but 900 of that is in his inventory. That means he got a 50 gold advantage, maybe 150 gold. Useless. Second, he's low on mana. He's not full health. He's 400 health from full. It means his level advantage isn't even useful. Everything he got going for him, he's throwing away. And what can he gain? 1 minion. That's it. That's the only thing he can gain. 1 minion. Are you legit throwing your whole lead away for 1 goddamn minion? Are you insane, dude? Hashinshin completely outbrained this guy. Absolutely destroyed Illaoi. Illaoi does definitely go down. He's attacking the minions for some reason. Just wants to fight some minions. Let the Kazakhs have the kill. I don't actually think that's too bad. Giving Kazakhs the kill is probably very good. Hashinshin greets for the Nilly and ends up dying. That sucked a bit for him. But let's be honest, you can't really expect the Fresh to be up here. I'd probably have gone for the Nilly too. I think it was not too bad to go for Nilly. Overall, this was a win for them because they were behind. And going 1 for 1 in a behind situation is good. Especially considering a Fresh was wasting time top 2. Now let's see what he does. He runs back top. At this point, if you look at the advantages, Hashinshin is currently 1000 gold behind, 1100. And he's very far behind items. He is a full level behind. He's probably not going to win a fight. If he wins a fight, again, still, just as before, he'll probably come back. He's been trying all the time to win those fights. And surprisingly enough, he haven't been falling further behind. So I would actually say it's worth going for them. Because he's not falling behind than he does. Personally, I wouldn't go for them because it's so fucking risky. And he should be falling behind if Illaoi successfully played it right. But Illaoi haven't played it correctly, so he's actually not losing anything. One thing you notice here is from Hashinshin. I'll show you guys right here. Look here. Give me a second. This is something you guys can learn from right here. From the super top only. See. Alright, then you're farming. The Illaoi is thinking, oh, he's gonna stand still and hit the creep. So I'm gonna E him. That's the time where Illaoi hits the skill shot. So what Hashinshin does is look at this. He goes up to auto attack and then he moves past it. He faked it. So Illaoi would E down here and miss it, and then Hashinshin could go on him. Right, that's something very micro-based that a lot of people don't know. And I just wanted to point it out quickly for you guys, so maybe you could follow it up. Sadly, it doesn't work. Illaoi outbrains him and he still gets hit. He can't really do anything about that. He goes in for the stun, he goes in for the all-in. He is fighting, he is ready to battle, he is doing everything he can. Hashinshin never gets up on a fight. And Hashinshin is very low, but so is Illaoi. Who is gonna win? He flashes the... What the hell? He flashed the E, he goes all in, he misses his own E, but Illaoi is very low. He dodges the damage and he gets a kill. 1v1. What is that, dude? This is absolutely amazing. Look at the levels now. Look at the levels. The tides have turned. They're about even in XP at this point. Hashinshin is not behind anymore. He's caught up. And this is what I talked about, right? If he gets that 1 kill, he catches up to the enemy. In gold, maybe not so much. In gold, he's still behind, right? But at least in XP. And that is huge alone. XP matters so much. It does so much for him. He's getting a massive farm for bot lane. It's like everything is just made to let him come back into the game. Beautiful. If you look at levels right now, level 10, level 10. They're even in levels. From 1 level behind, you get to even in levels just by getting that 1 kill. That's all you needed. That's why in League of Legends right now, I feel like it's not a proactive game right now. It's actually somewhat defensive game because it's so scary to die. Illaoi died once, made 1 mistake, and now she's screwed. She lost her whole advantage she's been fighting for so long by one small mistake. Hashinshin goes in, kills nearly 1v1. That's beautiful. Actually, very beautiful play. He plays fully aggressive. The people are falling for him. He's just smashing them. It is absolutely amazing. Personally, if I was playing him, if I had been in this Aatrox, I would not have came back like this, because honestly, I just wouldn't go for those fights. I would have played safe and I would have tried to play for the team. And this just shows the difference in playstyles, right? There are advantages to playing mindlessly aggressive, because you can actually make comebacks by doing so if you manage to outplay the opponent, which was beautiful. Now he's going to push down bot lane. He's going to smash this next wave into. He's probably not going to go for the tower. I wouldn't go for the tower. Just going to roam towards mid, maybe help his team out, see what's going on. He is indeed roaming to mid. He's doing the crab right now. I think that's a good choice because he can do it for free. And there's something important. He does the crab because he's walking towards mid anyways. So if nothing happens here, he's going to take the crab. If something happens and he's like, oh, I can make an impact, he's going to go for the impact. He sees Nidalee, goes for Nidalee, uses ultimate, and walks back. Apparently he was like, nah, isn't that gonna work out. He goes mid, goes back to the crab, starts hitting the crab again, and now he takes the crab. So yeah, he wasted his ultimate and everything, you know, but he did it for a good cause. He tried to make something happen. Sadly it didn't work out, but you know, it's the fort that counts. Goes back to be aggressive in the bot lane, pushes. There's something important actually. If you push, you have the pressure and you're the one dominating. Even if you're behind, it doesn't matter if you're behind or ahead. If you're the one pushing, you're generally the one having the pressure. So an advantage to a playstyle like this is actually the more you push and the more confident you are to fight the 1v1s, the more pressure you will have in the games. A lot of people are playing too passive and just afraid of the 1v1s, and due to being afraid in the 1v1s, they actually give up advantages all the time. Hashinshin is pushing in like crazy, keeps pushing, this is nice. Then he's gonna roam because he can never take the tower. He's gonna push and roam every single time. Takes the blue buff, puts the wall into the enemy jungle. He got full vision, he can do whatever he wants. He's gonna go push down bottom. Gonna keep pushing out bottom. He's fighting. And this is beautiful, you know, he got full vision into the enemy jungle. He knew exactly where his jungler was. He knew everything was happening and he goes for the fight. It's exactly what he needs to do. So I would say so far Hashinshin had an awful laning phase. It was disgusting to watch because he didn't respect the opponent. He didn't play the way he was supposed to at all. But he came back into it and now he's stronger. He's actually using his lead properly. This is something a lot of people have problems with, right? A lot of people have the problem that when they're weaker, they don't know how to handle a situation. So they'll just play as they're stronger all the time, which is what I would put Hashinshin in that category. He'll play as he's always stronger than the enemy, no matter what, even if he's weaker. And it's gonna backfire a lot, and that's also why he fell down to Diamond 3. He's falling down a lot in elo, if you can see. I think he even have a negative win rate. And that's because there's no respect. He just doesn't respect the opponent at all, no matter what. He will believe he is stronger at all times of the game. However, now I said there's negative things about that. The good thing about that is once you're actually ahead, if you don't end up throwing the game, you're gonna dominate the game, right? Because if you don't get punished for the being aggressive, then you'll be absolutely dominating unless you get outplayed 1v1. So he died here, that was terrible. He's gonna run straight back bot lane. There's nothing else for him to do. Let's see what he does. He could also TP play. He isn't TP playing. Ooh, just as I say, he's doing it. Is this the best ward to TP to? Let's see. So this is something difficult. Ward TPing is always difficult. This ward would probably have been better because it's closer. I would probably have chosen this one if I had full overview, but you rarely have full overview. Then you're doing TP plays, you most likely don't. So that's TP play. He's gonna Q over from the wall. Misses, that's obvious he's gonna miss that. He just wants to go for the fast fight. I'd probably just run away from this fight because this is the problem, right? This is the problem. He can never win this. He can't win this. Let's watch it again, right? At this point, what do we know? What does Hashinshin know? He knows there's 1, 2, 3 people, 4 people, right? He knows that. 4 people. Can Hashinshin win that alone? No, it's impossible. You're not going to win that alone. Let's say he gets Illaoi. Illaoi is right here. Let's just say he stuns Illaoi instantly. Bam. Nice predict. Illaoi dies. Okay, cool. Maybe even without stunning, Illaoi dies. Not even sure if Illaoi dies yet. But even if Illaoi dies, it's bad because they get kill and assist. Look, Illaoi died, but they get kill and assist, right? It's not worth it. You used your teleport to kill yourself. What's the point in that? You even used your flash. What's the point in that? It was really, really poor done. You don't have to always go for the aggressive play. Sometimes you should just gear back water a little bit and, you know, just leave the fight and be like, you know what? I'm not gonna fight today. I'll come back later. You don't always have to go for the fight. Alright, he's going mid. I don't know why he's mid. I think he should be top. The problem is that Kha'Zix is top actually. I don't think it's Hashinshin's fault. I think it's fine that he's mid because he's just responding to what Kha'Zix is doing. But Kha'Zix should definitely not be top. That's just weird. If you see a jungler doing that, just fuck the jungler and just go top and show dominance. Alright, Hashinshin is trying to flank. I do like this flank. I think it's pretty good. The problem is they don't have Kha'Zix, so they're not going to win this fight, I think. And going in is going to look very bad for them. And that's the problem. A lot of people tunnel vision and don't actually look at the map before fighting, right? This is a very basic strategy we used every time we won a team. We used a strategy and then I played in teams. Count numbers. Just like a kid. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 is 4. Now, where's the last guy? He's missing. Where's your last guy? He's top basing. So, your last guy is not going to be mid for another 27 seconds. Maybe 25 seconds. Something like that. 24 seconds. Now, how long is it going to be before the enemy mid laner or the enemy missing person is here? I didn't even know it was mid laner, but it is mid laner. And what is the chance of him being here? They're pretty high. I don't see where else he would be on the map. Maybe he could be top, but most likely he's just mid. So he could be anywhere from here till around here, I would say. Now let's see. We don't know where he is indeed right there. So he could be here till here. Oh shit, I just fucked up. Did I go forward or backwards? I don't know what I did. Let's just find out. I'll find the fight, it's fine. It was... I can't believe I did that. That's just after TP play. Find the TP play and I find everything I need to find. This is interesting. I just entered the replay right there. I'm sorry about that. Alright, it's right here. Alright, I'm sorry about that. It's right here. I found it. It's gonna be over here. Next team fight. But yeah, basically you have to count the numbers. I'm sorry I misclicked. I apologize. But I think my point stands. They didn't count the numbers and that's what fucks them over because they're fighting a fight with one man disadvantage. And that's even while being equal. They're exactly equal in goal. It's not a good fight to take. There's no reason to take this fight. You're going in, you're tunnel visioning, you're not using your brain. You have to think. Every single time you make a play, think. Use your brain before doing so. The thing is, if you want to make a play, here's the deal. I'm going to tell you guys a secret. It is always better to walk backwards and disengage if you don't know that it's a win. Which means, if you don't know that you have more numbers or equal numbers, you don't go. You just don't go unless you're 100% sure you will win regardless of the numbers. In this case, they lost 4 people, a tower, they're gonna lose a second tower. And I think Hashinshin could have been a big deal to avoiding that just by backing off, you know? Just by using his brain and backing off. Now they lose another person, they lose 2 more people, so there were 6 people so far, and 1 tower. Because they engaged in they engaged. Remember that. It wasn't the enemy team catching them. It wasn't the enemy team engaging them. It was them engaging on the enemy team. And that backfired. Huge. Now, Hashinshin is chasing Lily. He's probably going to get her. I don't really see her surviving this. She is going to die with a Nami. Yep, there we go. And we're looking at the wrong team right now. That's fine. We're going to follow Hashinshin back to the bot lane. Let's see what he does. He is pushing. That is nice. So, what I would say Hashinshin should do at this point is... What should he do? He should team fight. I think he should team fight at this point. Push in and team fight. Because he moves faster than Ilaoi. He can outpush Ilaoi. He will take this tower for free now. Just push bot lane until Ilaoi shows. Push it safely. I wouldn't go this far, but push it safely. Then get into the tower. Hit towers until Ilaoi shows. To some extent, he needs vision first. I would establish vision before taking the tower hits. He did get some extra tower hits because he didn't. But I wouldn't have the balls to do that. But yeah, keep it out bottom, push it in, and then look to make the play where you can have an outnumber advantage in a team fight and make that happen, right? You're not necessarily going to beat Ilaoi in the 1v1, you don't need to. You just have to push him in, which I do think he could have done. Now he's getting destroyed a bit. I think the problem is just he was fighting Ilaoi because his tower couldn't really go on him and so on. His team is doing well in the meantime though, which is nice. He's getting full health on the golems, going back to bot lane, farming. And then he's going to push. There's nothing else he can do. He does have teleport, so all he needs to do is stay bot lane. Stay bot lane. The enemy Ilaoi just waste his teleport, stay bot lane. Just keep pushing. Put pressure. Use the advantage of your teleport. He's doing exactly that. That's beautiful. He's TPing while Ilaoi is right on him. He's gonna lose a lot of health. However, it doesn't even matter. Because he's with his team right now. His team won a team fight. And that should be a free Baron right now. That is indeed a free Baron, my friends. I don't see how that can be stopped. Hashinshin can take this Baron forever. The only way they can do is steal it. Stealing is difficult. I don't think you should take the ward. They do have a ping already. Taking the ward will not do anything. It's only going to show them Nasher for a little longer. Doesn't accomplish anything helpful. Nice Kha'Zix taking the spear to stop Nidalee from jumping in on the extra damage. They're going over to kill Nidalee. Pretty good. He misses his ability though. That's terrible, obviously. But they do get the kill. They do get the Baron. They do maybe get the Illaoi as well. Let's see what happens. Ooh, he flashes after Illaoi. That's an aggressive play, but it does indeed work out. And now they have a massive lead. And here you can see the aggressive Hashinshin shining, right? And he's put in a situation where being aggressive makes him shine. He's gonna take that advantage. He's gonna abuse it. He's gonna take the opportunity and use it, where a passive player wouldn't necessarily do that. They're thinking, oh, maybe I'll die here. Oh, maybe something bad's gonna happen to me. And they don't actually take those advantages that they can. And that's the difference, right? Some people are too passive, some people are too aggressive, and you have to find the perfect balance. But I think Hashinshin sometimes gotta tile a little bit back. And other players have to be a little more aggressive, have a bigger cojones balls, if you know what I mean. Alright, he's pushing in bot lane. This is exactly what he should do. Just push in bot lane. He got Baron buff. Nothing can stop an Aatrox with a Baron buff. Come on, dude. Aatrox and a Baron buff, that is scary. But one thing to say, he needs to establish vision. He doesn't have any vision. He can't just go balls to the wall. There is a chance of dying. He gets hit by that. Hide behind your creeps, my friend. You don't ever want to stand in front of your creeps like that. It's very risky. You don't ever want to fight the enemy under the tower. What are you doing? Your team doesn't have pressure. Look at the team. The team's right over here. So what you do in this situation is establish vision. Bim, bim, bim. Something like here. Like ward there, ward here, or ward here. Like, you know, something good. You need vision. After establishing vision, what you do is you push in bot lane until your team with pressure. Once your team with pressure, if you want to engage, you can do that. However, always, and I mean always, stand behind minions if the enemy have a skill shot that they need to hit. You always respect him and stand behind minions on this side, because you know he can't be on this side, he can only be over here. Which means the only place he can skill shot is from this dark angle, is around in a circle around here, I would say. Hashinshin walks up in an arrogant position, gets instantly eat, takes a lot of damage, and then he goes in, you know what, you motherfucker, you're gonna eat me, I'm gonna fucking you up. I'm gonna fuck you up and fight you. And that is exactly what you should not do. Because he does this, he loses a lot of health. He could potentially die. He might even still die. I don't know what's happening yet. We didn't even see the finished product. He does indeed die. Yes, my friend. He does have 2 lives though. He keeps fighting, doesn't give a fuck, gets a 1v1, which is actually crazy. And they end up getting 2 kills because Lissandra also did a lot of work. That's super far ahead, as you can see. The actual managed to win fights like that. But it is not a fight you want to take, my friend. That is not how you play League of Legends. That is the wrong play. Alright, let's see what he does. Let's see what he does. He needs to respawn. He's gonna walk. We're just gonna speed up a little bit here. Just a little bit of speed up. Alright, he's back on the map. He's running through mid. His team is ending, I believe. Beautiful win, my friends. So, one thing to note. Hashinshin, what did he do good? He dragged the enemy jungler top a lot. Top lane is not that very important right now, so if the enemy top lane gets ahead, it's not that important because it is a bot lane meta. Bot lane is the most important. So keeping the jungler away from bot lane is pretty good. To some extent. He shouldn't die. Dying is the worst. But if you can get the enemy jungler to gank you and you survive, that's the absolute best thing you can do as a top lane, in my opinion. Unless you kill the opponent over and over and over and you gank, TP bot and kill people, you know? But getting the enemy jungler to come top, and if you can survive that, that's great. Hashinshin did something else. He got the enemy jungler to come top a lot, and then he fell really far behind, but he managed to 1v1 the enemy top laner and get his lead back. Or not get his lead back, but get back to an even point, so he actually did pretty well. I'd say this popular player review was pretty successful. I think Hashinshin needs to improve on tiling back and his aggressiveness sometimes. But the super top will never do that, my friends. Anyways, that's it for this time. I hope you guys liked the video. If you guys liked the video, remember to smash the subscribe button and follow me on Twitch. And also leave a comment telling me who should I review next time. On next Monday. I don't even know which Monday is next. It's probably the 26th or 27th, something like that. But in a week's time, I'll take the player with the most upvoted comments if possible. See you guys next time.